Hey guys, it's Hunter here and welcome back to my channel for another video today. Hope you guys are excited for today's video. We're going to be doing another true crime video. So today we're going to be discussing the unsolved disappearance of Megan Elizabeth Garner. And I actually chose this case because she did go missing in Tyler, Texas, which is currently the city that I live in, not where I'm going to college right now, but like where, you know, my family and stuff is around the Tyler area. So I thought that it would be cool to do a case that was kind of close to home for me. So I thought it would just be interesting, and I want to do more cases around the Tyler and maybe the Dallas area that's kind of close to where I live. So if you guys have any cases that are kind of close to where you guys live that you guys want me to talk about, go ahead and drop them down below in the comments, because I would be interested in following these cases for you guys. And with that, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to check out my other videos that I have posted in the last few weeks. I will leave them all linked down below. And with that, let's get on into the story, or the case. So Megan Elizabeth Garner was 3 years old when she went missing. She went missing on March 27th of 1991. And there's not a lot of like details on this case. It's kind of very up in the air with very little details as to what went on that day. So I'm just gonna kind of give you what I gathered from my research. And if you guys find any other information, go ahead and feel free to leave it down in the comments or message me and I can add it into the description box. But she was last seen playing at a playground with her brother and cousin near her family's apartment complex in the 4600 block of Paluxy Drive in Tyler, Texas. Which I think that's Paluxy, I never know how to pronounce that straight. So she was playing in the playground at her family's apartment complex with her brother and her cousin. And apparently it is reported that her brother and her cousin had turned their backs to her and were like, I don't know, I guess they were playing maybe at a different portion of the playground, and then when they turned around she was gone. Like they didn't see any people, they didn't see anyone with her, she was just gone when they turned around. And her brother and her cousin were pretty young too, so you know, it's kind of, it's not too suspicious that these two little boys wouldn't have noticed someone maybe coming and taking her, or her wandering off. So we can't really say anything about that. But Megan Elizabeth Garner was born on October 9th of 1987. She was 3 foot 2 inches and weighed 30 pounds when she was last seen. So she was last seen when she was 3 years old, again at this playground, and all we know is that her brother and her cousin said that they had turned their backs, and when they turned around she was gone. So that's really all the information we have surrounding the case, and to this day we still do not know where she is. The anniversary of her disappearance had came up recently. It was actually a few days before my birthday, but she would now be 30 years old if she was still alive. And she was last seen wearing a long-sleeved pink, blue, and green t-shirt with horizontal stripes, pink corduroy pants, blue socks, and a blue and white Reebok sneakers with blue trim on them. She was Caucasian, she had brown hair, brown eyes. She also was reported that she had shadows beneath her eyes, slightly heavy legs, and was right-handed. So this is all the information that we really have about this case. All we know is what she was wearing that day and the suspicion of how she disappeared. There hasn't really been any reports. She has been ruled out as not being a few girls that have gone missing in the area. They ruled those out as those not being her. So all we know is that Megan Elizabeth Garner has been missing for 27 years and her family misses her deeply, and we don't know what happened to her, where she has gone. Okay, so upon my further research, I came upon a site called the DeaniePetersMissingAngels.blogspot.com when I was researching Megan's case, and I came upon this blog that had some very interesting information that I wanted to share with you guys regarding the case. So of course I've told you the disappearance of Megan Garner and how she went missing from her apartment complex in Tyler, Texas. Now there is definitely not a lot of information regarding her case, but on this blog, they brought up the similarity to another missing little girl's case, and the similarities, how they kind of fit together. So I kind of wanted to explain that to you. So there was another girl who was 9 years old. Her name was Jenna Ray Robbins. She vanished at 9 years old on May 14th, 1989. So this was 2 years before Megan Garner disappeared. And she was disappeared from the outside of her family's residence on North 4th Street in Killeen, Texas, which, when you think about it, is not that far from Tyler. Okay, I kind of know the area, so not too far from each other, so it could be possible. And she was last seen playing outside in the yard of her residence with her 6-year-old friend. And so when her 6-year-old friend was interviewed, she said that a man drove up in a new looking light gray or silver two-door Dodge or Plymouth sedan around 5:30 p.m. And she said that the man was Caucasian, looked between 20 and 22, and had brown hair which was slicked back. Jenna's friend said that he enticed her to get in his car and saying he would buy something for her if she did. And the man tried to get the 6-year-old child in his car as well, but she became scared and ran away. The car with Jenna in it was last seen driving west on Garrison Avenue in Killeen, Texas, and Jenna has never been seen from or heard from again. And after she vanished, there was a report of an unknown man trying to lure another child into his car. And this description of this man matched the description of the man that took Jenna, but he has never been identified to this day. And so when this person on this blog was kind of comparing Jenna and Megan's cases, she realized that Jenna and Megan looked pretty similar, and they both had similar incidences of how they were, like, how they went missing. There was similarities in the two cases. So she thinks that maybe this man who took Jenna was the same man that took Megan. And then a few days after Jenna's abduction, a second report of a man trying to lure another little girl into his car. 12-year-old Kimberly Rachelle Norwood was last seen walking with her friends around 5:15 p.m. by Craney Creek Estate subdivisions in Hallsville, Texas on May 20th of 1989, and the 4 children went their separate ways less than a mile from Kimberly's home. Kim never made it home, and she has not been seen since, and she vanished 45 minutes away from where Megan Garner did, and 3.5 hours away from where Jenna Robbins disappeared. So kind of seeing how these cases may all be connected, which I didn't think of before until I saw this blog post. And Kimberly's family says that she loved horses, was very smart in school, and her family still searches for her to this day, and they will continue to until they find answers. Okay, so then there is one more case that is kind of attached to this. This is a solved case. This was the case of Opal Jo Jennings, who was a 6-year-old girl who was abducted in broad daylight in March of 1991 in Saginaw, Texas, while playing with her friends in the front yard of her grandmother's house. So again, similar circumstances to all of these cases. And it would be years and years later, in 2004, her skull was recovered, confirming that the 6-year-old had perished. And her convicted killer in prison for life is Richard or Ricky Franks, and that he had enticed Opal to go with him in his car to buy her something and then killed her with blows to the head. So they knew, and they don't know much about this Franks guy, but they do know that he has brown hair, and he would try to entice kids into his car in broad daylight while they were playing outside, like away from parent supervision. And so the abduction of Opal's is very similar to Jenna's abduction, which again may make you think that Jenna's abduction, Megan's disappearance, and Kimberly's abduction all may be related through this same man, but we don't know. So if you're looking at this, Saginaw and Tyler are 2 hours and 15 minutes away from each other, and Tyler and Killeen are 3.5 hours away from each other. So again, it is possible that this could be the same man. So that's just something to think about. That is very interesting. This man has never been looked into for the disappearance of Jenna or Kimberly or Megan, but it is very, very possible, considering that all of their cases kind of had the same circumstances surrounding them. So I just kind of thought I wanted to put this information in there. Let me guys know what you guys think down in the comments, if you think this is interesting or not. And I will link this blog post down below if you guys want to read more information on it. But I just thought it was interesting and that I would throw that in there. If you guys have any other information surrounding this case or Megan Elizabeth Garner and where she might have been, I'm going to leave some numbers down below and right here where you can call if you have any information that you would like to share with the police or anything that you might know leading to the disappearance of Megan. And yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of information surrounding this case, but I thought it was important to bring attention to these smaller cases in the hopes that maybe someone out there will have more information on her case and would be able to bring some light to her disappearance. But yeah, so that's pretty much all the information I have surrounding this case. I know it's kind of a short video, but I still wanted to kind of share the information that we did know and yeah, just bring some awareness to her case and the fact that she still is missing and possibly still could be out there somewhere that we don't know. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to click the subscribe button if you want to see more missing persons cases and more true crime videos. Again, I will leave my last few videos linked down below. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this video and taking the time to look at Megan's case. And with that, I will see you guys all in my next video.